New year, new scary predictions. Good mythical internet. Now, as it's a new year, every year before it starts, these YouTube channels like to put out videos and do some research and see what's coming. What are these people and The Simpsons predicting for our new year? And that's exactly what we're going to look at today. Now, I remember I watched a video two or 3 years ago, maybe even 4, and it straight up scared me. So let's jump into this video and see, are we gonna get scared, or is this gonna be something not that bad? I hate that I have to skip through ads.
The movement right now towards considering mass timber has everything to do with the fact that it is a
selected photos 1
and it is
selected screen recording video skip ad skip.
Baba Vanga, a fascinating woman, had this extraordinary knack for supposedly seeing the future. She lived in Bulgaria and became famous for her uncanny predictions. Regardless of whether you believe she could actually see the future or not, she did make some shockingly accurate forecasts about big world events. And according to old Baba, we're gonna go through all kinds of horrifying crap next year. What do you think of Baba? Were her predictions coincidental? Could she really see the future? Let us know down below. I'm your host, James, and these are the top 10 dark Baba Vanga predictions of 2024. And we're starting off the list with quantum computing. So unlike traditional computers, which use bits that are either 0 or 1, quantum computing uses qubits, which can represent any combination of both 0 and 1 at the very same time. This means they can perform complex calculations much quicker than the computers we use right now. Baba Vanga predicted breakthroughs in this technology playing out in 2024. Now, quantum computing isn't inherently bad, and it's definitely useful for solving complex problems, but there's a dangerous side to this type of technology. The major concern here is its potential ability to break encryption methods that we use day to day. Sensitive data could be leaked with far more ease than any hacker would be able to accomplish. Authentication systems that we have in place now could also become completely obsolete, leading to potential breaches and cyber attacks. More on cyber attacks later in the video, by the way. And at number 9, we have a global economic crisis. Baba Vanga made a prediction that in 2024 the world might face a massive economic crash. This means
that could
a lot of money troubles, people losing jobs, businesses struggling to stay open, and it becoming incredibly difficult for many to manage their money. A giant financial storm that could affect how we all live and work. And as to the cause of this economic crisis, well, we're not certain, as these are simply unfounded predictions not based on evidence or anything really tangible. But if some of the stuff coming up on this list really does play out, it won't be much of a surprise why money will be an issue for a large segment of the population. And on top of that, money would be the least of our problems. One possible cause of the global economic downfall could be related to the very next prediction on our list, though. At our number 8 spot, we have a global disease. The prediction here is that there will be a worldwide epidemic similar to that little thing we experienced back in 2020. Only this time much worse. During these wonderful couple of years where we were in and out of being locked away indoors and wearing masks everywhere we went, there was this idea floating around that maybe this whole thing was preparing us for something bigger, a pandemic that would be more deadly, more contagious, and spread around the world faster than anything we had ever experienced before. Whether this will be some intentional virus spread to enact political control or something nature will throw at us, if this prediction does end up coming true and we are met with some kind of terrifying super virus, I just really hope we're prepared. There's also a chance that Baba just got our dates wrong and this global infectious disease already swept its way through the population in 2020 and it's all mostly dealt with. It's also possible that her prediction is just completely bogus. So keep your pants on. Next up on the list we have the mysterious disease. Now this prediction directly affects the former president of the United States, Donald Trump. According to old Baba, Trump is going to contract a mysterious illness next year that will cause brain trauma and deafness. Can't help but wonder if this will be the result of the same disease that we just discussed. Sounds pretty awful though. Not sure what the brain damage would entail, but losing your hearing, definitely something I would not wish on anyone. Number 6, a strong dragon will take over the planet. Baba Vanga spoke of a formidable dragon that would rise to prominence, and as cool as it would be for the Earth to be ruled by a winged, fire-breathing monster, she didn't mean dragon in the mythical sense. Instead, this quote-unquote dragon is a symbol of unity and power. This dragon, according to her visions, represents the coming together of Russia, India, and China, 3 major global players. What she essentially foresaw was the significant geopolitical development where these nations would forge a closer alliance and cooperate, forming a powerful bloc. And while she didn't really delve into the specifics about what this alliance would entail, the implications are pretty clear. The emergence of a powerful force that could totally reshape the political landscape of the world as we know it. This change in power could also potentially lead to another prediction that's been hinted at for 2024, a potential third world war, as said. Not fun to think about. Next up, we have the rise of AI. Apparently in 2024, the use of AI is going to skyrocket, completely changing the world as we know it. Out of pretty much everything on this list, this is something I can totally see happening because it already is. AI is progressing at an alarming rate, learning faster than any living person ever could. It's getting to the point where scientists are actually kind of concerned about AI gaining some form of sentience, and if that happens, we're most likely totally screwed. Not because AI would necessarily be intentionally malevolent and want to destroy us like Skynet, although it totally could, but mainly because it could easily replace us. Human expression, talent, and skill could become a thing of the past. Like, just look how quickly AI has already affected some industries. Writers and actors are on strike, animators and artists are fearing losing their jobs. I find AI really creepy, and I'm just hoping we're going to find some way of integrating it in a way where it won't completely get out of control. At our number 4 spot, we have First Contact with alien life. The Nostradamus of the Balkans predicted that extraterrestrials will finally make themselves known to us next year. Known to the public, anyway, if you're one of those folks who believes aliens are already amongst us. Introducing us to incredible new technology and changing the world as we know it, of course. Now, this could actually be positive. If they turn out to be friendly, this would be awesome. One step closer to that Star Trek world I've always wanted to live in. But if they're not so friendly, actually though, gotta say, if there's one way I'd want the world to end, it would be this. I think it would be pretty cool. Going out battling aliens, be a much more awesome way for humanity to go extinct. Definitely beats the planet being destroyed by a giant meteor or something. That's just kind of boring. Far less heroic. Maybe being invaded by aliens would finally force humanity to come together for once, too, realizing that we're not all that different. Maybe they're gonna kill us. Sucks we'd need an alien invasion for that to come to fruition, but it is what it is, I guess. Next, we have a rise in natural disasters. Apparently, 2024 is going to be met with a number of crazy disasters, mostly due to climate change. Tsunamis, monsoons, hurricanes, tornadoes, you name it. These disasters are predicted to cause widespread destruction and death. One specific prophecy relates to a powerful tsunami that will apparently hit Asia next year, being the most deadly since 2000.
What's going on for Asia?
Skip ad. Skip.
As to exactly where in Asia, not certain. Neither is the prediction, though. It's just that. It's a prediction. So for all the residents of Asia in the audience, don't panic yet. Take this with a grain of salt. A very heavy grain of salt. There's also predicted to be a major earthquake in the Pacific Rim, the shifting of tectonic plates in the Pacific Rim. We're gonna have giant kaiju pop out of the ocean that we'll need to build giant-sized mechs in order to battle against. That would be pretty expensive. Could lead to a global economic collapse.
Oh,
You
crap.
see the dots starting to connect. And at number 2, we have chaos in Europe. Yeah, apparently Europe is going to go through a lot starting in 2024. You folks have some fun years ahead of you if Baba's predictions actually play out. Most of this relates to religious extremists unleashing more attacks on various parts of the continent, targeting both civilians and political leaders alike, one of whom is Vladimir Putin. Apparently someone from Russia is going to attempt to take him out. According to her, in the end, power will completely change hands in Europe. And it's not just that. Her predictions also stated that there would be a complete collapse of Europe's economy. All this will supposedly lead to displacement of many Europeans, with the continent being sparsely populated by 2025. So, word to the wise, may want to hold off on your European vacations for the next little while, because it looks like things are going to get pretty hairy. Finally, we have a rise in cyber attacks. Vanga's vision of 2024 paints a pretty bleak picture of the digital realm, essentially becoming a battlefield with malicious hackers orchestrating cyber assaults on an unprecedented scale. These attacks will apparently extend far beyond conventional data breaches and phishing attempts. Instead, they'll come about as like this sophisticated and highly destructive attacks that could compromise critical infrastructure, financial systems, even the fabric of society itself. Vanga hinted that these cyber threats might have geopolitical implications, potentially altering the balance of power in the world as we know it today. There are some predictions that overlap here. As you could probably see, quantum computing could be a major factor with this increase in cyber attacks, and the change of power on a global scale could be related to that strong dragon mentioned earlier. These cyber attacks could also partially be responsible for how messed up Europe is predicted to get. But I want to close this out with a bit of positivity. First of all, although Baba Vanga has made a number of predictions that have come true, she's also made ones that haven't. And for all the dark stuff here that's said to play out, there's some good stuff too. Apparently we might get incredible medical breakthroughs for things like cancer. We may discover a new form of unlimited clean energy and good things in the years following 2024. So there's always light at the end of the tunnel. All that said, I've been your host James, and I'll catch you, yes you specifically, in the next video.
Well, that does it for
Video get video
You know,
apps get collapse video collapse video top setup light shut up 100 create home cast buck search search buck voice search glade 2024 scary prediction more top 10 scary Simpsons top 10 dark Baba Vanga shocking shorts AI predictions America The Simpsons predicted 2000 speech off.
Okay, let's see.
The Simpsons predicted 2023, Part 1.
What?
Firstly, in an episode released in 1997, Lisa discovers what is thought to be a fallen angel. But fast forwarding to 2023 in February, Russian miners found a statue that resembles a fallen angel and claimed it was emitting some kind of energy and says they felt the presence of an angel. But what do you all think? Next, in a 1991 episode, people were protesting against the Michelangelo statue because they believed it was too explicit for anyone to see. And in 2023, a principal in Florida was fired after showing the statue as an art lesson to his students. Let's just say the parents were not too happy about it. Finally, from a 2006 episode, Homer is seen entering an underwater submarine to go find treasure on the ocean floor. However, it takes a turn for the worse when his oxygen goes out and he is unable to resurface, which sounds very similar to the Titanic submarine that went to go explore as well, ending the life of 5 passengers. So are they planning or predicting the future? The Simpsons predicted 2023, Part...
That is a little creepy. Anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll be back tomorrow with another cool video. Peace.